into man fashion. We have seen this has come into the summer here. They've gone aggressive and really pressed high. What can happen, though, if you lose your matchup is that all of a sudden the entire scheme is broken. Rising, especially against a team as good as Lou City, cannot afford to make those kinds of mistakes. And then for Louisville City, this is a team that has changed up their approach under Simon Bird, interim manager since Danny Cruz departed from Minnesota United. They've held a lot more of the ball, which means they need to defend in transition and be sharper in that phase of play.
Ball looking over the top for Sacco on the left side. Biasi a bit too strong, like the look of it. However, as we take a look at these two sides, we mentioned this is a Louisville City team. They come in, they've gone 5 winless in a row. The last time they did that was all the way back in 2018. As we mentioned, this is a rematch of the 2018 final. Louisville City ultimately walked away 1-0, was able to put that second star up above the crest to go back-to-back in the league. But something in unprecedented waters, they can't come away with a result tonight. It could be 6 in a row for the first time in club history. Is a long run trying to cross, and knocking it down was Vukovic. It's going to roll out and be the first corner of the night. And you mentioned, Killian, that winless streak for Lou City. I mean, it is absolutely astonishing how many years they have been so successful in the USL Championship. As you see the availability report there, no Josh Jones and Kevin. It down was Vukovic. It's going to roll out and be the first corner of the night. And you mentioned, Killian, that winless streak for Lou City. I mean, it is absolutely astonishing how many years they have been so Damian Rivera comes flying in and gets his foot to it first. Yeah, I love you point out Damian Rivera there, Killian. His first start for Phoenix Rising since August of last year. Such a relief, I'm sure, for him to be back in the 11 tonight for Pamadou Ka, and for Pamadou Ka without Avievu now unavailable, to get someone who can play on that left side, a very different profile of player, but clearly Phoenix's best 1v1 attacker. It's good to see him back on the field. Rivera missed a majority of last year and then a large portion of the early stretch this season. Some lower body injuries, but Rising glad to have him back and fit and available to be in the starting 11 as Morsu plays it back out. Yeah, and Rivera changes the calculation of how Phoenix set up in possession. We talked about JP Skiers playing as a nominal right back tonight. He'll defend as a right back in possession. He will at times stay deeper and become that third center back that we've often seen Colin Smith occupying that role. Gomez tries to swing it to Damian Rivera. Knocked back out. And it's knocked away. Kind of knuckled on the keeper as Akale gets his foot down. Pressure still on, and Louisville City able to finally clear it away. Now trying to press on the counterattack, and a bit too far. Chris Donovan unable to get there. Donovan unable to. And you're seeing a different way than we see when Hope Avievu is on the field. Something, if you watch the last few matches from Phoenix Rising, last few matches of Luke Biasi, not really much of a surprise to see him all over the place. Yeah, very much so. Biasi popped up in an actual central midfield role in that USL Cup game against New Mexico United last time out. Wasn't necessarily expected to get that start, but does end up getting it nonetheless. Phoenix team trying to get back to fitness and some different players in different roles, but I do think, Killing, this left-sided dynamic of Rivera and Biasi, this is something that we could see play out quite a bit for the rest of this season. Bemar Boy. Biasi gets his head first to it. Not able to knock it to one of his teammates as Akale comes all the way back to get it. Only Akale ton of fun to watch out on the pitch on a nightly basis. First season with Louisville City after spending the last few with New Mexico United. Biasi wants to take the throw quickly, looking for Isan Sako, but cleared away. Back to Akale. Biasi goes in aggressively, and we'll see if it's going to be an early yellow, and it will be. Yellow card out of the pocket for Luke Biasi.
Yeah, Biasi goes in awfully hard there. Trying to set some sort of tone early on in this game, but it's unnecessary there from the Phoenix left back. Akale does well to stand strong and take that challenge. Gives his side a little bit of an early edge. Now there's going to be opportunity killing to see how that battle progresses all night long. Akale and Biasi both on this near side. Akale, player that Phoenix Rising fans know well from his time out in the Southwest at New Mexico United. He's somebody who can go 1v1. Very tricky player, great first touch. Is a good fit for this more possessive edition of Lou City that we've seen under Simon Bird.
Sean Tosh puts his foot through it and a shove from behind, an easy whistle. That was Taylor Davila with the foul from behind on the opposing 8, Diego Gomez.
Yeah, a little bit of back and forth. Hey, Taylor Davila says, you're not going to do that to my guy. I'm going to do it back. Good early stuff tonight, Killian.
Morsu back for Colin Smith. Boy over for Vukovic. No Adrian Palayo once again tonight for Phoenix Rising. So that back line patched together a little bit, at least at the center back position, with Vukovic working his way back as Morsu shoulders off Davila to keep the ball. Vukovic back for Boy.
And Phoenix Rising, again, continuing to be so fluid in possession. Biasi now is in the right half space. Diego Gomez, who started in that spot, has drifted all the way to the left. Rivera's tucked inside. Can be difficult for any defensive setup to actually react to those sorts of interchanges, but also can be difficult in turn for Rising when they lose possession to figure out how to organize their structure.
Biasi for Skiers. Skiers tries to cross one low all the way across the face of goal. Nobody was there to receive it. Damian Rivera looked like he either got himself tripped up or just slipped trying to come through. But a dangerous look, first one of the night for Phoenix.
Yeah, it is that fluidity paying off. Biasi popping up all the way on the right side, finding Skiers who push forward on the right side. All sorts of players popping up in unusual spots for Rising tonight.
Fans, be sure you tune in to the CBS Sports Network on Saturday, June 20th for a thrilling USL Championship Western Conference Showdown, as sparks will fly when Las Vegas Lights takes on an electric Orange County SC at 10:30 Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network, June 20th.
And you can see Phoenix Rising their first real chance to engage that man-to-man press. Forces a long ball from Danny Fondes. Phoenix do well to win it in advanced possession. Curious to see tonight how Lou City try to navigate that press. When they do build up in their own third, do they see opportunities to play short, or is it more those direct passes? And if so, who can win those second balls?
Biasi will toss it in for Vukovic. We were talking a little bit before the match tonight, Joe, and even in the past few days leading up to this one, it's kind of funny. You look at these two teams, and especially this Louisville City team, you can see on paper, obviously, they're very good. You watch them on tape, you've mentioned that they look very good. They just haven't been able to find the results, but there's a lot of similarities between this team and this Phoenix Rising team from a year ago. They score a lot, but they seem to let in a lot of goals too.
Yeah, a lot of goals. That's the summary for this Lou City team, which has made it a great watch. And we know Phoenix Rising are capable of having something similar happen even in 2026. It is odd with Lou City.
Poor pass taken away. Donovan trying to outrace Papamar Boy. Boy able to hold on as a mistake from the young captain.
Yeah, it is Lou City, a team that, again, by the eye test and even by the underlying numbers, are a really strong team this year. But the results haven't been there. That 5-game winless stretch in league play that we referenced already. The bizarre thing, though, is that their underlying numbers show that they are actually better than their 73-point pace from last season. So they are just underperforming really in both boxes. Goalkeeping has been a bit of a struggle for this team after the departure of Damian Loss. It's been a little bit of a rotating cast there, and it is Fondes tonight. And then the finishing in the final third has been poor for this group as well. But everything happening between the boxes has been very high level to my eye and by the data as well this year.
JP Skiers a little slow to get up as he took that one right to the stomach. Get ready and get set up for a second corner kick. And it is brought to you by Carvana. Score big when you sell your car. Go to Carvana.com and get a real offer in just seconds. This one swung in, moving towards the near post. A lot of contact near the box as Rakowski catches it and wants to go quickly. Played out, Gomez being chased from behind, has to wait, tries a little back heel flick over for Smith. Rivera on the right wing. That's Damian Rivera. Damian walks it forward. Now to Gilberto Rivera. Gilberto Rivera wants to go for goal, but an easy one right at Danny Fondes, who makes the catch.
Yeah, Fonda is a player to keep an eye on tonight, a veteran. Certainly, he looked a little rusty on that first shot-stopping attempt earlier in this half, spilled it. Blue City need better goalkeeping tonight.
Akale, good find. Opportunity as Rakowski punches it away into the stands. That was the other Davila, Evan Davila, who got his first opportunity, but the German Rakowski parried it away.
Well, and that's how quickly Blue City can turn nothing into something. Doesn't end up being a really dangerous strike from Evan Davila there, but how quickly they get forward in the attack. Even as this team has become more possessive, they are still able to turn the game on a dime with the best of them.
Third corner kick of this first half for Lou City. Everybody waiting, figuring out where they want to go. Finally, put in. That one sent towards the center of the box. It was a clear-headed chance, but not on goal.
And those set pieces, Killian, certainly something to watch for Louisville City tonight. Aiden McFadden, the right wing back, is able to get up there. You have a couple of big center backs in Sean Tosh and Kyle Adams, and some real size in the forward line as well. And even in midfield, a Lou City team that can be very dangerous in those dead ball moments.
Boy sends one forward. Adams lowers his head. It goes right over him. As now Sacco takes a shove from behind and will draw the foul. Had a little bit of play from the Frenchman, Sacco. Might have leaned into that one just a bit.
Yeah, he's certainly waiting for it, right? Anticipating that contact, but it is savvy. Savvy work from the first versatile forward.
Damian Rivera working on McFadden, elects to peel it back out. Vukovic. Not a boy. Vukovic waiting for somebody to make some moves. Skiers trying to send one through. Good first touch by Gomez, but his pass is intercepted. He was looking for Smith making a run. Gomez aggressive. One after Evan Davila and ends up bringing him to ground. Now quickly, McFadden comes across, heads it for Akale, tries to get it right back. Vukovic goes right through the back of Akale, an easy whistle for the head referee. Tosh waiting to get this one back underway, and there it goes. Taylor Davila takes some contact by Rivera, and that's going to be in a dangerous spot. It'll essentially be a short corner. Davila didn't like the contact. They'll set up. Davila didn't like the contact. They'll set up. Davila didn't like. Gomez goes all the way through. Gomez fighting to try to keep possession, though. Gomez going head-to-head with Davila, and Taylor Davila ultimately comes away with it. And by the end of that, I think Davila and Gomez are both out of breath.
It's a great battle, though, truly, between two of the best players, I think, in their spots in all the USL.
Ball right down to Morsu. Morsu going to press ahead. He's got Smith to his right, and he'll lay it off to him. Colin Smith looking for an entryway. Smith into the box. Smith, right foot, and tight angle shot. It hits the outside of goal. Looked like it took a deflection. It will be the first corner of the night for the hosts.
And it's a different side killing a Colin Smith. Often in possession this year, he's been tasked with being that stay-at-home right back to form the back three in possession. But tonight with J.P. Skeers in that role, Colin Smith can play further forward and do a little bit of something like this to go at Amadou Dia. It's not the most refined bit of play there from Colin Smith, but it is a different side of him that we're going to get to see tonight.
First Carvana corner kick of the night. Isan Sako will be the man to take it. 8 goals this year, 2 assists. He's got a couple big bodies in Boy and Vukovic in the box. Sako sends this one in, and that one headed away by Tosh. Roberto Rivera is the man. He'll send it right back to Sako. Sako, this one crossed towards the back post. Skeers gets his head to it, back towards the center. Boy tried to head it on goal, but it got deflected away. Not fully out of danger. Gomez wants the half volley, and he's well wide.
Oh, we're seeing some of the benefits of J.P. Skeers popping up inside the 18 there. Sort of made a name for himself in USL League One as a real aerial threat on some of these set pieces. And we see it is Skeers popping up at the back post here. Heading in that ball for Potmar Boy. This doesn't quite end up in the back of the net there for Phoenix, of course, but still a nice opportunity there for Rising on that dead ball.
Went right at Kyle Adams, one of the best defenders in the league, and mind you, it's got to be tough to get by the hair as well.
Adds a little bit of volume, right? I mean, I think we can see that.
Davila knocked down, that ball sent away. Sako going to take it on the right wing. Gomez. I'll wait up as Roberto Rivera right back to Diego Gomez. Damian Rivera. I think 25 minutes played so far tonight, still 0-0. A couple chances from both sides. All fed through, excellently done. Flying all the way back was Adams to get that ball.
And you see some of those rotations from Phoenix that I mentioned earlier could come from this man marking that Blue City are doing through the middle. Jean-Eric Morsu there pushes a little higher. Diego Gomez drops a little deeper. There's a sliver of daylight for Phoenix to exploit as a result.
Vukovic, Damian Rivera. Rivera gets around McFadden, an opportunity. Rivera low cross in towards the center. Sako a bit too far for Morsu as Sako comes right back around to collect his ball. This one crossed in and knocked away. A chance. Sako, he's got 8 goals this year. He's going to be kicking himself for that one.
Oh, and how good was the bit of play, though, before from Damian Rivera to go 1v1 against Aiden McFadden? Really kickstarts that whole sequence. It's not just the 1v1, but it's the service as well from Rivera. Just a completely different dimension than we've seen from Phoenix Rising on this left wing all year long without him in the 11.
Second corner kick the last few minutes for Rising. Momentum certainly teetered the way of the hosts. Sako readies. Puts it in towards the near post, headed away by Tosh, who was first to get there and knocked away. This is a back line for Louisville City. You have Kyle Adams, reigning Defensive Player of the Year, first team selection. And you go Sean Tosh, he's the USL's leader in all-time appearances. By the way, 5-time all-league selection. And then you've got one of the best young players in the league right back there with him in Brandon Days.
Well, how often do you see a 17-year-old get to play as a center back at any level in the professional game? Days, such an impressive talent. For my money, the best young player in all of the USL. Shows impressive maturity, certainly beyond his years. Is able to distribute comfortably in the middle of the back line. Can even organize, very mobile, athletic. Really, really effective young player.
As Adams clears that one all the way out to Rakowski, who will collect it. Days, a Louisville native, came up in the academy, was just the 7th player in club history to sign a first-team deal. He made 10 appearances last season while on an academy deal, but getting his opportunity and certainly taking a firm grasp of it now, being up with the first team.
NBA Finals right now, good young basketball player as well, might be the best basketball player on the field. Brandon Days.
Yeah, it might be a fair option. Is now hitting the deck is Morsu. He's going to get booked with a yellow card. And now down in a heap is Zach Duncan. And he went down awkwardly right at the end of that.
Now you can see Jean-Ric Morsu there. Extends a little bit on Zach Duncan, but didn't look to me like there's a whole lot in that. Good balance and agility certainly from Zach Duncan to stay on his feet and continue the run. Bit of an odd sequence there, certainly, for Lou City.
So Duncan back to his feet. He's going to try and walk it off, see if he's able to go. Looks like he was reaching for that calf. Morsu booked, 2nd yellow card of the night. As they get it all sorted, Adams ready to put it back into touch. I want to remind you, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Whistle right out of that free kick, goes right back the other direction to Phoenix. Morsu stops, gives it back, Gilberto Rivera.
And you can see Taylor Davila there just poking out of the defensive shape for Lou City. Part of that double pivot in this 5-4-1. Closely trailing his opposite number on the Phoenix side.
Biasi in the midfield. He has to shoulder off Days, who chased him all the way back towards midfield. Phoenix elects to give it right back to Rakowski to reset things. Rakowski looking for Damian Rivera. They go up, and last off of McFadden will be a throw into the home team.
Yeah, that's a good bit of play from Patrick Rakowski, recognizing that he didn't have the central options available to him to play short. Finds an accurate out ball on this left side, and Phoenix Rising able to advance possession.
Boyd pressing up the right side, Colin Smith. Smith tries to swing this one in right to the head of Adams. Days, Skiers gets his head to it, and Sacco just has to watch Danny Fondes leap up and snag it. Wants to try and go quickly. Evan Davila, chased down by Skiers, puts on the brakes, sends it back in the midfield to his brother Taylor. Akale, a lot of room for Miquele Akale. McFadden on the right wing. McFadden, a little low cross, headed away by Vukovic. Right back to McFadden. He'll get a second chance. Davila working on Gomez. Davila, low cross towards the face of goal and cleared away. Nicely done by J.P. Skiers to step in and clear the danger.
Yeah, Davila just so clever there. Not the fleetest of foot, right? He's not the guy that you're so worried is going to beat you for pace or at least acceleration. But it's just so easy for him to create those little bits of separation from Phoenix Rising players, even someone as dialed in as Diego Gomez.
Akale being shadowed by Vukovic. Bit of a size difference on that one. Akale 5'4", Vukovic only a foot taller. This one crossed in, knocked away by Rivera, who gets down to get a piece of it. Ball headed away, still not out of danger. Now Sacco, excellently done to win that ball. And Sacco will be a throw in to Phoenix. And a moment to breathe.
Well, and that's huge from Phoenix Rising's number 9 tonight. Isan Sacco sort of taking matters into his own hands there. This is a Lou City team that is so territorially dominant. They are the league leaders in touches in the box by more than 100 so far this season. Coming into tonight, they are able to camp really in the opposition's box. They're so effective in the counter press. Phoenix Rising needed an out, and they found it through their striker.
Skiers back for Roberto Rivera. Vukovic. Vukovic tries to feed one through. Sacco try to get a little fancy. He gets taken to ground, no whistle. Taylor Davila passed. He was looking. A run was being made by Donovan, but couldn't find him. Marceau swung to Smith. Boy standing up top. Boy tries to feather one towards Sacco, unable to make it through. As Marceau battling for that one. Marceau gets taken to ground and earns a free kick.
Yeah, it's good work from Jean-Eric Marceau to stand in there against Zach Duncan. Another good battle that we're seeing so far tonight. One other thing we're seeing in the last minute or so is Phoenix Rising center backs trying more line-breaking passes. Both Vukovic and Potmar Boy.
Opportunity, Smith with some space. Smith back to the center, Skiers, and it's knocked away. It will be a corner.
That's better play from Phoenix there. Incisive and quick on the half turn to progress the ball quickly into the 18. It's the final ball, though, from Colin Smith again, playing further forward than we're used to seeing him tonight. It just lets Phoenix down a little bit. It's too predictable to find that ball to JP Skiers. Didn't have space to make a real play on it. Turned up his nose, Colin Smith had a couple of runners on the weak side.
I have to imagine as well, Pamadukar wish it wasn't JP Skiers, the man on the receiving end of that one as well. Another Carvana corner kick. Sacco to take it once again. He's got Vukovic on the back post. Skiers right in the middle. This one sent, looking for Colin Smith, who goes up, and it's going to be last off of Phoenix. Goal kick. Half an hour played, still 0-0 between Phoenix Rising and Louisville City FC. Louisville City trying to snap a 5-match winless run. Phoenix Rising trying to remain unbeaten at home. Vukovic goes up, wins that header. Knocked around. Ball played for Sacco. If the flag stays down, it's a chance. It looks like it will. Sacco gets some room. Sacco curling. Fondez leaps out and parries it away.
Chuan kì qua tàu miếu êm đi xin phải này.
And Fondez scoops it up. A little shoulder check to Colin Smith. How do you do on that one? Davila laid off, twisting around. Amadou Dia collects it. Center Duncan. Duncan just missed Akale making the run. Rakowski gives it off. There's certainly been chances on both sides tonight, but the goalkeeping been strong thus far from Danny Fondez and Pat Rakowski.
Yeah, I mean, that save from Rakowski, right place, right time. Chris Donovan probably still shaking his head at that miss. A huge opportunity for Louis City. After they win that aerial at the back post, Donovan, right spot for the finish, just can't put it anywhere other than where Pat Rakowski's standing. It's a huge chance for Louis City, easily the best of the game.
Right into the middle, Morsu. Morsu giving off for Colin Smith. Smith wants to go downhill, and he does. He's going to hesitate for a moment. Working on Dia. Crossing with the left foot. One headed through. Akale chasing it down, and Sacco gets a touch to it. Gomez, and we'll see where they point, and it's going to go to Phoenix. McFadden can't believe it. Sacco wants the ball back. Nonetheless, the result is a throw into the hosts. Simon Bird having a little chuckle there with Isan Sacco. Damian Rivera stops, able to keep possession, fighting with McFadden. They both go to ground. Ball finds its way. Nice pass through. Biasi! Too tall.
Well, that is such a lovely line-breaking ball from Jean-Eric Morsu. Haven't quite seen enough of that from Rising tonight, finding those line-skipping passes. But Killian, you referenced it earlier, maybe not the ideal moment for JP Skeers to be the one popping up in the box. It's similar there with Luke Biasi. Defender popping up in the right half space as the recipient of that line-breaking ball. Not quite the ideal option there from Morsu in terms of what that player is going to do next.
A good pass by Jean-Eric Morsu. You gotta like what you've seen from him in these opening 35-plus minutes tonight.
Yeah, a question for him is going to be, can he ride the line sitting on that yellow card for the entirety of this match?
Boyd turns on the Jets, beats that ball to Donovan, gets right into Vukovic as Rakowski has to scramble out and clear it away. Adams heads right down to Morsu. Morsu pressured from behind, able to keep the ball and keep his feet. Damian Rivera. Rivera got some looks over to the right. Diego Gomez chases it down. Gomez back for Damian Rivera. Morsu wants to go at goal, but an easy save right at Fondez. Fondez, as Boy wins that ball. Right to Rivera. Long ball over the top for Damian. Damian Rivera, a little step over, going down towards the goal line, and taken down. It will be a goal kick.
Well, how good is that from Sean Toach, the 34-year-old? That is some savvy veteran defending from the big-bodied center back against Phoenix's best 1v1 attacker.
That's what 300-plus appearances and 25,000-plus minutes of professional soccer will do.
Yeah, you learn a few things along the way, huh?
One or two, I'd imagine. Everybody's starting to wheel their way out. Remind you, go ahead and enter the Prinks Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Go ahead and scan the QR code that just popped on the screen and enter today. USL Cup getting tighter and tighter, getting closer to the playoffs in the competition. These clubs certainly looking to keep their footing in the championship. Lovely bit of play by Louisville City. Taylor Davila somehow keeps the ball at his feet and immediately going down is a rising player, and that is Morsu, and not a good sign as he went down all on his own, grabbing at that right leg.
Yeah, giving the thumbs up there, Jean-Eric Morsu. Scary moment. Killian, you called it sort of a non-contact injury there for Morsu. Just gets tripped up.
Yeah, just kind of, that left foot kind of just slid out from underneath him.
Maybe more embarrassment than injury there. Certainly will take the former over the latter.
Approaching the last few minutes of this first half. It's been a fun one, no goals. There's been chances for each side. The keepers have made some big saves. See if we can't find at least one before the clubs head to the halftime break. Long run, Vukovic, nice touch right in the near side as Gomez spins around Roberto Rivera.
Phoenix maybe have been a little bit overly hesitant in their possession tonight. There's a moment there for Gomez to play the ball into Morsu, access central spaces and move on. Lou City have tried everything they can to funnel Phoenix into the wide areas, especially into that right side for Phoenix. Lou City's left. When the opportunity to penetrate centrally is there, Rising need to be alert to it.
Duncan over for Akale. Akale with some room. He's going to go one-on-one with Vukovic. Pressed over to the right wing, McFadden. McFadden continue to work his way, tries to center it as Davila went for the ball, unable to get a clear shot on it. That was Evan Davila. Goes all the way back to Adams. Taylor Davila played back to the youngster.
Pancaran cantikmu. Baru Zegafit Glow Me. Gummy vitamin dengan kolagen.
Relatively quiet night for Brandon Days. I'm sure most nights for him tend to be quiet when you're flanked on either side by Adams and Tosh. Now getting himself involved. Days, nice touch. Can he get to it? Biasi heads it away and now cleared out. Damian Rivera looks up, going stride for stride with Akale. Good ball to the right wing. It's a long run for Colin Smith. Can he get there? And he does just in time. Smith going one-on-one. Adams gets to his right. Adams leaps up and knocks it away for a corner. Another Carvana corner kick. All of them have been on that far side of the pitch for Rising. As Sanko taking his time, letting everybody catch their breath for a moment. It'll be off a set piece that we find the first goal of the evening. Sacco, a few steps back, raises the hand. Crossed in, Skiers gets his head to it and just wide. Skiers immediately hands to the face, he can't believe it.
Another huge moment inside the 18 for JP Skiers. Had that ball across the face of goal that he redirected for Pape Marboy earlier. Now pops up himself and can't quite find a sliver of daylight inside the post there. Good look, though, from Phoenix, who have been dangerous on those dead balls tonight.
We'll get 2 minutes added on. Biasi heads it straight up into the air. Diego Gomez. Back for Morsu. Morsu to Gomez. Nicely done in the tight space. Sacco. Sacco has Skiers coming to collect it. Skiers a little bit of room. Evan Davila in front of him. Skiers as Davila lifts the leg up and deflects it away. Skiers will have to try and find another way to enter. Morsu, couple touches back to Vukovic. Boy now for Morsu. Morsu looking to try to go straight through the middle for Sacco. There was nothing there. Back to Jean-Eric Morsu. Vukovic, slow walk up. Played 30 of the 120 seconds added on. A low pass, Adams steps in front, takes it away. This one's sent through. It's a foot race. Boy's going to be the one to win it. And he plays it all the way back to Rakowski. Rakowski pings it right back to Morsu. Roberto Rivera trots it along the midway line. Gomez. Smith back to Gomez. Gomez with some room. Gomez goes for goal. The angle was tight. Fondez looks like he might have had it covered either way. Another chance for Phoenix. Can't put it on goal and make Fondez make a save.
And that's Diego Gomez getting in good spots off the ball. Just not quite finding the payoff. Plays that ball outside to Colin Smith. Continues the run, ends up getting back on the end of it. There's no real opportunity, though, for Gomez to play the ball across the face of goal. Isan Sako sort of checking his run. No run from the weak side that's really threatening the goal mouth. Opportunities for Phoenix Rising in the second half to be a little bit more aggressive in their off-ball runs inside the 18.
Well, that'll be the last bit of play in the first 45. It's 0-0 between Louisville City and Phoenix Rising. There were chances on both sides, but nobody able to convert anything just yet.
Si Juta Tomato siya rapat ako nga, gugunasin yung kung gugunasin yung rapat soalnya. Soalnya nga, yung maising so.
Oh, ya aku udah sih dari Juta. Sudah dah. Sudah dari aku ngarang dari nomor kecil tu dah.
Mantap kau. Speeda no sa kabila.
Juta Tomato di mula sewu.
Ano pa kumahuli mo ito ng strike. Ya, buang itu.
Không thính. Cái lồng rạp.
Yang bisa tuh nih.
Kok divalidasi? Mas saya wis lah. Mas saya wis lah. Si catat hei.
Cara bisa. Kurang kalian Indonesia.
Oh nomor ikan di situ rata. Saya ratanya. Ya kelar dari gitu. Nomor ikan di patah lagi ini. Ya langsung mlebu. Nomor udah dipindah. Pindah nomornya cetak dana DG lah. Tak coba nang Lampung Kak. Nomor gitu degen. Yo
Apa?
gue karo iki nomor iki pindah. Itu ke nomor iki daftar langsung DG.
Bisa apa lah?
Ya wong di set kuwi Kak. Cetak dana kono lah. Ya.
Engko orang bisa kok. Kok bae. Ora bisa ya wis.
Saya wis lah. Lah.
Iki tak usih tok kakek utang yang ngono.
Nanti harus tahu Kak.
Dari sengsara dari ngono. Dari sengsara.
Ya bisa. Terus salah. Mau ambil nomor Kak.
Orang butuh duit kan. Orang butuh duit. Dari kau tuh tambah sengsara tok kowe nambah utang nambah dibanding tok bungane kowe.
Pokoknya surat utang belas iki Kak.
Ya awak tambah banding.
Ya utang belas ora beban Kak.
Bukan kayak wilayah di ambruk ora genah. Ora semangat yang anak ae ku. Wong utang iki ngono.
Ya wis lah. Ora ya wis lah. Wis juta wis semangat Kak.
Non-surgical options, including robotic-assisted
He's getting ready to come out. We'll take a moment. We want to bring a little bit more in the experience of what it's like on match day around the USL. I'm going to throw you to do have to wonder how long does Pamuduka go until he does think of it. You have to, we're going to see Gunnar Studenhoff at some point tonight, right, Joe?
Yeah, it would certainly be my expectation. It's just it's a waiting game. It really is. How aggressive do you want to go and how early do you want to push it? It would not surprise me if the scoreline is level around the 70th minute or so, maybe even a little bit earlier, if we see Studenhoff come in to be that change of pace option up top and to provide a little bit more in that attack with Isan Sako liberated to find the ball more on the right wing.
Flip over on the other side. This is a Louisville City team. They've got a ton of firepower still hanging out of the bench. You got Ray Serrano for one, Quincy Hewerman. Just a couple of them, Tola Showunmi. Like, there's a lot there for Louisville City than they just have on the pitch.
Yeah, a lot of depth in this Lou City team, and that really is the thing that sets this roster apart from so many others in the USL Championship. A lot of quality in the starting 11, no doubt about it. But the fact that they have extra starters really in every line of the field, guys that can be relied upon across multiple competitions, absolutely massive for this team, even as they find themselves in a little bit of transition at the managerial position after Danny Cruz's departure.
Boy, has that one's skirt away from him. Chases it down. Roberto Rivera will meet him. Try to press it forward. Try to sneak that ball through. Excellently done as Skiers comes and steps into it. Skiers crosses it in, took a bit of an awkward deflection and now cleared away by Louisville City. Donovan has to shoulder. Colin Smith comes in, going right into Dia. Skiers gonna like to throw it back to Boyd. Biasi. Or for Damian Rivera. Nearly's goes down. He's able to turn. Now shoulders away. Also in the mouth of the head referee. Going to let him continue playing. Smith on this right side. Smith for Rivera. Rivera, left-footed shot, and that one trails too far wide. Long look on goal. A round of applause by the gaffer. Pamuduka doesn't mind the thought.
It doesn't mind the thought, but also doesn't mind a couple actions that preceded it. Instead of just a hopeful cross coming from the right side, whether that's from Colin Smith or JP Skiers, it's a little more patient there from Phoenix Rising, looking for the cutback, the trailing runner. You find Gilly Rivera at the top of the box, then all of a sudden you have a whole mess of options available to you. Rivera ends up going with that long strike, low percentage effort, but there are other options there if Phoenix Rising continue to go that way.
Gomez trying to get the ball for Colin Smith, who turns his head. Diaz shouldering him off. And it will be a goal kick.
Yeah, such sturdy defending there from Lou City. Amadou Dia, the veteran, taking care of business on this near side. It very much looks like the visitors are content to let the dynamic of the first half be that of the second half as well, where they sat back, had only about a third of the game's possession in the first 45 minutes. We're seeing more of that compact 5-4-1 block and then a lot of direct play on these goal kicks as well, looking for Aiden McFadden on that far side.
That one just booted right out. It'll be a throw-in for Phoenix. Soccer fans, World Cup is here and soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more at the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Get your ticket to great seats. Smith, little jab step, miscommunication as Gomez thought he was going and he wasn't. Donovan. Played back, Duncan. Duncan presses forward. Akale. Akale still hesitates. Akale deflection. And it's 1-0. Mukwele Akale strikes again in Phoenix.
Mukwele Akale once again at 38th in Washington, coming up big. Last season it was New Mexico United. Before that, New Mexico United, and now Lou City. It's the right winger for the visitors who does so well to cut inside on that lovely left foot. Phoenix Rising try to close down the angle, and it's a deflection off the foot of Alexander Vukovic there, it looks like. That sends that completely after wrong footing. Pat Rakalski not expecting that deflection. And it's Akale and Lou City who find themselves up 1-0 on the road.
So the goal in as of now, it'll be Akale. We'll see what the official decision comes down to be. But either way, it's 1-0, and the visitors have the advantage as we approach the hour mark.
Well, and here's Killian, where we're talking about, do Phoenix Rising try to open up the stables a little bit and go for this game? After a few minutes here, it would not surprise me if we start to see some subs roaming up on the bench. Phoenix are going to have to find a way to manufacture some attacks more consistently, generating higher quality chances, and it does seem to me like altering the dynamic of this right side is going to be the most straightforward way to do that.
Long ball up the left wing, chased all the way down. Chance now, lovely move. Ball right down to the goal line, towards the back post. Fondez was right there to step in front, though. It's an excellent run from Biasi. Just the service unable to find ahead of one of his teammates. So Kale, his second goal on the season. His third goal in 7 matches against Phoenix Rising. As of now, it is the difference maker. Put it down, Damian Rivera. Good touch, Sacco chested down for Gomez. Gomez chased down from behind by Duncan. And now he gets tripped up and taken to ground. It'll be a set-piece chance for the home team.
Yeah, it's a huge opportunity now for Phoenix to settle a little bit and give themselves another look on a dead ball. Phoenix, especially through JP Skierce and his head inside the box, very dangerous on those opportunities in the first 45 minutes. Have another bite of the apple here.
Top corner.
Yeah, very much so. It looked like Sacco going for a goal on that. Really, really difficult angle and distance combination there to pull it off.
Some legs loosening for Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me, Killian, if we see Danny Flores at some point come on into that left back spot as he's working his way back to something closer to full fitness. Especially thinking that Luke Biasi ended up going and getting the start unexpectedly over the weekend.
Sacco tries to cut in on Adams. Morsu ends up keeping the ball. Sacco steps back in, and they're going to play and a whistle for the foul. Zach Duncan waves his hand in displeasure. A little aggressively through Morsu. Joe, I always love the captains trying to step in and kind of argue the call. I can truly say I don't think I've ever seen one change.
No, you're scratching and clawing. You're hoping desperately that you're going to get something, some favor. Doesn't ever seem to come, does it?
It's an A for effort every time.
It really is. It really is.
Sacco ready to take this set piece, this one more straight away. See if he wants to go for goal on this one. Sacco plays it short, over for Damian Rivera. Rivera steps over, misplays it himself. Chance goes by the wayside, and now a potential counterattack. Davila goes down, and Vukovic right to the pocket, and it's a yellow for Alexander Vukovic.
Yeah, Vukovic now joins the Phoenix chorus on a yellow card. You're already thinking with JP Skierce in the 11, maybe there's a point at which we could see him slide into the middle of the back line tonight. Now with both of your out-and-out center backs sitting on yellow cards, that feels like something that we're very much going to see before the final whistle.
Look at that whole play. Sacco playing it over for Damian Rivera, and just not a crisp enough touch. Trying a little too fancy with the footwork. Rivera tries to just flip that one over the top to get it back to Sacco. Lovely bit of 1-2 play from Louisville City. Working downhill. Avila, and he shoots that one all the way up and over the stands. Burkowski goes quickly as Skiers plays it up the right wing. Adams lifts up and gets a boot to it. Duncan. Right in the middle, Vukovic extends the forearm a little bit, wins the ball. Morsu sprinting forward out of the right wing. Roberto Rivera back for Morsu. Vukovic walks it forward. Boyd. Damian Rivera. Rivera, left-footed shot, and he skies that one up off the video board.
Yeah, and again, it's Phoenix Rising just struggling to create high-quality looks and open play. Haven't been a lot of those golden opportunities in the second half. Weren't a ton of them in the first half either. It's just a little rushed from Rivera there outside the box. Is there an opportunity to upgrade that shot into something better, a little closer to goal?
Fans, if you can't watch the match, be sure you turn on SiriusXM FC 157. It's North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights. Plus, you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app. All touched by nobody. It'll be out. Throw in to Phoenix. As a couple kits being tossed on. Daniel Flores and Gunnar Studenhoft getting ready on the Phoenix dugout, preparing to come in the next few minutes.
Yeah, and we'll see exactly how this plays out. I would bet that that's going to be Vukovic coming off and Skier sliding inside. Question is exactly who's going to come off for Studenhoft.
Roberto Rivera. Back over for Sacco, who keeps it in. Sacco hesitates. Sacco flicks it back towards the center. A touch from Gomez, right back Morsu. Morsu a little bit of space. Morsu crossed all the way through. Nobody was there to receive it as Vukovic chases it down. Boy steps in, now Skiers. Skiers for Morsu. Morsu tries to cross it through, was looking for Sacco, but it was right to the foot of Tosh. Cleared away, Rakowski will step out and take a few touches. Pressure starting to mount a little bit for this Phoenix side. Smith trying to cross it through, nobody there to get it. That one cleared all the way back out by McFadden. It's really just been the service the last few minutes from Phoenix. They've been getting chances, but just not getting them to anybody who can try to do something with them.
I think we're going to see that ideally for Phoenix change here with Studenhoft's introduction. Give them both a target man inside the 18 and also the opportunity for Sacco presumably to come out wider towards this right side.
The yellow card, Amadou Dia is going to be the one who is right to the pocket after that challenge.
Yeah, we'll see it again here. Potmar Boy just circulating over to the right side, and it's Dia. Comes in hard on Colin Smith. Easy decision there.
So first changes being made for the hosts. Alexander Vukovic on that yellow card. His night will end after an hour, as Daniel Flores will come on. So it'll be Damian Rivera coming off for Gunnar.
Yeah, and it looks like the knock-on effect of that is going to be Isan Sako moving from the number 9 spot, maybe out wider to that left side, leaving Colin Smith to be that outlet on the right. And will change the dynamic of this attack for Phoenix.
Biasi will be the man to take this one. As it looks like, yeah. Gunnar will slot up top. Sako slides over to the left wing. Biasi will just off of his feet. First touch of the night for Flores. Flores tries to cross it in, makes it all the way through. It was chested down by Skiers, still somehow in the 18. This one towards goal. Gunnar.
In there from Gunnar Studenhoften. Danny Flores. Flores with a well-weighted ball. Studenhoft waiting for it in the box. Just can't direct it on frame amidst that crowd of bodies inside the 18.
So a couple changes now coming for Louisville City. Jansen Wilson going to come on. He'll enter the match. As a center back, the youngster Brandon Days, his night will end. Same with Evan Davila, who will both exit the match.
Yeah, and a change here for Lou City is going to put Simon Bird's team, it looks like, into a look we've seen from them recently with Aiden McFadden dropping from his right wing back spot to be the right-sided center back in the back.
And Tosh will get a touch. Try and chip one over to the right side. Dia, there's nobody there to receive it.
And those changes for Lou City give them more size in the back line. As good of a young player as Brandon Days is, not the tallest option in the middle of the back line. Tosh matches up better with Gunnar Studenhoft in terms of the physical height of the two players. McFadden as well able to offer a little bit of strength and speed from his right-sided center back spot as well.
That's going to be the real question for Phoenix over the next 25 minutes. Can Gunnar Studenhoft be that spark plug that he's been? Adams hesitates. Gunnar right on his hip. Serrano gets one of his first touches, plays it back for Davila. Amadou Dia. Amadou Dia still with the ball at his feet. Dia gets chased down by Gunnar, and there's a foul on Gunnar Studenhoft.
Well, how many times, Killian, have we seen Gunnar Studenhoft come on the field and commit a foul just like that? Very eager to set the tone. Pressure.
Flores leaps up and gets his head to it. Rising fans, be sure to celebrate a decade in the desert with a season ticket membership, starting at just $10 per ticket. There's an opportunity now. Louisville City closed down, tight angle, 2-0.
Well, just like that, Lou City have doubled their lead. A little golf action from Zach Duncan. Little up, back, and through, and Zach Duncan ends up gliding right on through that Phoenix back line. It's a well-taken finish to beat Pat Rakowski, and it's 2-0 to the visitors.
Near side, Duncan strikes his second goal on the year, and Louisville City has the 2-0 advantage, and looking well on their way to snapping that 5-match winless run.
Well, and again, that's how quickly Lou City can hurt you. Phoenix Rising just unsettled on this throw. And all of a sudden, Zach Duncan is right in on goal. Snap that winless run.
So back underway, Phoenix back into touch. Roberto Rivera. All played through into the middle, Diego Gomez. Colin Smith. Smith back for Gomez. Now for Biasi. Morsu. Rivera. Just one touch off the feet quickly. Pinging it around on this near side. Gomez chips for Colin Smith, trying to get back for Gomez, and it's knocked away. Saying Rising fans starting at just $10 per ticket per game. Don't miss exclusive access and events only available to members. Go ahead and purchase today at phxrisingfc.com, or you can email at sales@phxrisingfc.com to learn more and be a part of a decade in the desert.
And you can see after that sequence on the near side for Phoenix, Isan Sako gesturing, trying to organize the attack how he wants it. Also saw Sako drift in almost as a second forward off the shoulder of Gunnar Studenhoft when the play was on Phoenix's right. Wonder if we're going to see a few more crosses even than we've seen to this point in the match with those two up top.
Yassi will scoot forward. Morsu clears it away. Gilberto Rivera. Sako comes back to get it. Swing it to Biasi. Biasi now for Smith. Smith takes a couple of touches. Smith, low cross in and knocked away. Surprise, surprise, right place, right time from Sean Tosh.
That's savvy defending from the Lou City veteran, but really nice attacking play from Phoenix as well. Colin Smith able to hurt you much more with his movement off the ball than maybe his 1v1 ability on it. It's a great line breaker there from Luke Biasi to find Smith on the run. He can use his speed then, rather than his 1v1 dribbling ability, to bypass defenders and get off a dangerous ball inside the box.
Carvana corner kick, first one of the second half. As Sako readies. Sako chipped in, back post. Too tall as Morsu got his head to it, but couldn't get it on goal.
That's another dangerous opportunity from that set piece. For Phoenix, Jean-Eric Morsu liberated to go and attack in the box. Usually he's the last man on those corner kicks. Now with Danny Flores on the field, he's allowed to go forward and attack the ball. It nearly pays off there for Phoenix.
Fancy football is here. You can live your dream and rep your team. Play your favorite USL Championship club today. Football is free to play, so go and download it now. Gunnar heads it down. Heads it right down. Nicely done, though. Coming right back to win it, Colin Smith. Smith tries to get around, gets himself some space, gets past Serrano. Colin Smith, low cross in towards the middle. Akale, though, was the only one waiting for it. Biasi trundles on back to pick it up. Swung over to Danny Flores. Less than 20 minutes left in the 90 tonight. Reaching the point if Rising want to keep this unbeaten run at home alive. I have to find at least one here in the next few minutes. Biasi for Rivera, too strong of a touch. He gets that one taken away from Duncan. Villa over for Adams. Adams waits. Gets it back for Duncan, played back to Tosh. McFadden has to sprint after this one. Somehow keeps it in. And it'll be out. It'll be a throw to Phoenix. They're going to take it quickly. I feel like it's bits of play like that, Joe, that you look at Louisville and you just see the class and the pressure's on there. Team down a few goals, trying to force a mistake, and yet calm, cool, and collected for the most part, but moving that ball around in the midfield.
Yeah, even a center back, Kyle Adams, showing such patience Doesn't end up quite working out for Lou City as they tried to play forward there. But really, their ability under pressure, even for a team that I think still at their best is most comfortable in this defensive phase, right? This is a Lou City team.
Smith, unable to get his head to it.
Yeah, this Lou City team passing the ball 100 more times per game this year than last year. Really a focus on possession this season under Simon Bird after he takes over for Danny Cruz in March. Cruz moving on to be an assistant with Minnesota United in Major League Soccer. That has shifted a little bit of what this Lou City team wants to be at their best, but still I think the side of themselves that they're most comfortable with is when they can afford to sit back and really go and pressure the ball inside their own half and knife forward in transition, knife forward on dead balls. They're really comfortable shifting out of that defensive phase, keeping the ball past the first line of counter pressure and progressing from there.
Marsu, a couple changes readying for both sides. There'll be a couple youngsters, Isaiah Ramirez and Jamison Ping, ready to come on. Sacco tries to get through, got a touch to it. Flores has to chase it down. Get it, wants to take the throw quickly. Sacco comes to receive it. Sacco will stop. Boy, working forward, now flips over to the right wing, Biasi. Back up top for Boy. Now Morsu. Morsu back to Biasi. Avila was just right there, stride for stride, not letting Morsu get away from him. And force that ball to go right back harmlessly to Fondez. Biasi gets that header. Alberto Rivera goes down. Pretty slow, and that will be his last bit of play tonight as Isaiah Ramirez will come on for him. So Alberto Rivera's night is done after 75 minutes. Jamison Ping will come on for Diego Gomez.
And that's going to be a tactical shift for Phoenix. Neither Ping nor Ramirez, really that deep-lying midfielder that Gilberto Rivera is really occupying that role tonight for Phoenix. We're seeing Ping come and play in this right half space, it looks like. And Ramirez come to be the width, potentially on this right side, leaving Morsu more as a single pivot in the midfield.
Looks like Isan Sacco dropped a little bit further back, almost playing in the midfield himself. Biasi back for Ping. Ping getting his first action of the night. Morsu. Knock one over for Flores. Phoenix looking for a goal, trying to bring themselves back into this match. Crossed in. Tosh lifts up, gets his head to it, headed right back in. As now Skierce chests it down to himself. Skierce is going to turn back for Danny Flores. Skierce trying to flick that one towards Ping, unable to get it there as Skierce leaps up, gets his chest to it. Fondez have to go and collect. And now Skierce runs into Fondez as he was on the ground. And Fondez curled up in a heap right on the end line.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it here. Yeah, the knee, JP Skierce's knee certainly hits Danny Fondez's head there. Skierce motioning like there maybe wasn't a ton of contact there, but certainly anything up in the air of the head should be taken seriously.
So we're going to see if the physio is going to be brought out. Fondez still down. They're motioning for him, and now he'll make his way out. I'll give everybody an opportunity to take a breather, get a quick drink, as Fondez still down, and Isan Sacco not as much of a fan. There's one more look. Skierce, there's definitely some contact made.
Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of speed there from JP Skiers. We'll see how this progresses over on the far end line.
Fondez is sitting up as they continue to check with him as we approach the final 10 minutes in the 90. And Joel, we have a second. Now you have a flight to catch tomorrow.
I do.
Exciting one, World Cup. Getting ready to get started. Opening match tomorrow down in Mexico. United States will kick off on Friday. And Arizonans, remind you that you have options on how to manage your bill. You can find rate plan information and programs like budget billing and much more at aps.com/let's talk. Fondez is back up. Joe, you'll be there Friday.
Just squeezed in that read so I didn't spend the entire intermission here talking about U.S. Paraguay. I am stoked.
We gotta pay the bills, Joe.
I know we do. I know we do. There's a smart man standing next to me. The United States, different topic. The United States opening up their World Cup in Friday in Los Angeles. I'll be there for that game. Huge opportunity for Mauricio Pochettino's team to carry a little bit of momentum from those pre-World Cup tune-ups, the win against Senegal, the narrow defeat to Germany, and really start this World Cup on home soil, the biggest World Cup ever, off of the bank.
Give you 30 seconds. Give me one thing. What should we watch for this next month?
I think the U.S. are going to be more fun than a lot of people think. When you look at their attack, how Mauricio Pochettino has shifted to put another attacker on the field with Malik Tillman, the Bayer Leverkusen man, in central midfield next to Tyler Adams. Really happy to rev the engine on the attacking side, even if that leaves the team a little bit more exposed defensively. Huge opportunity for the U.S. not just to progress in the group, but to play some fun soccer along the way. Maybe convert some folks at home as well.
Be sure to tune in all month long. The World Cup sure to be a blast as a twirling Duncan. Somehow, ball still at his feet. Duncan relieves it over to the right. Touch back Duncan. He's got one goal already tonight. Another touch, another chance, and that one across the face of goal. But harmlessly spins out. It'll be a throw to Phoenix.
Oh, Zach Duncan, how good is that? Pirouettes while under pressure, continues his forward progress. And nearly breaks that Phoenix backline open once again. The Australian so effective as that slightly more.
Now one knocked down. McFadden gets it 1-2. And cleared away by Flores. Trying to head one, accidentally done. Adams gets a foot to it.
And Lou City have done so well to keep a lid on Gunnar Studenhoff by exerting a little bit more control on this game. They haven't given Phoenix the opportunity to play those balls in behind that we know Studenhoff likes to go and latch onto.
Long ball, Sacco gets around, gets himself some space. Sacco stays on his feet. Isan Sacco, right-footed shot, knocked down by Fondez. Now Smith, and sails it too tall. Sacco had a look from distance. Fondez parried it away, but Phoenix still can't find the goal.
Well, that's tunnel vision there from Isan Sacco. Beats the challenge. Doesn't upgrade the shot by sliding an unmarked Colin Smith into the box on the first attempt. Opts to go himself. Can't beat the goalkeeper. Ball comes back to Smith, and it's a much harder chance than from the right back turned winger tonight. Huge missed opportunity for Phoenix.
More changes coming for Louisville City. Carlos Miguel Jr., he'll come on, as well as Tola Shawunmi. Boy plays it back, Rakowski. Down Morsu. Davila throws a leg in there, tries to slow him down.
And we're seeing now Luke Piassi. He's become the double pivot partner for Jean-Eric Morsu. With Ramirez on the right side, Colin Smith's become a little bit narrower on the wing. just not really the 11. I think Pamadouka would prefer to finish this game with such a lengthy injury list. Trying to scrape together some semblance of a squad here.
Ping, ball at his feet, trying to look for somewhere to cross it, sends it in, looking for Gunnar, unable to get all the way through. Flores, as Flores gets taken away, an aggressive challenge, went right through the back and right to the pocket. And now some words to be said for Danny Flores after that one by Lou City. Flores still talking after that one. Right through Jansen Wilson. Wilson just beat him to the ball and a tackle out of frustration. Rising fans, bring your family out to a Rising game for an affordable price with the Family Value Pack, starting at just $25. Receive a hot dog and a drink and a bag of chips with each ticket purchased. Purchase today at phxrisingfc.com. Full moment here is Cyrus Cowell will check into the match. The youngster Cowell got some opportunities at the beginning part of last year, suffered a season-ending injury. Tough go for the youngster, but getting a chance coming back onto the pitch here tonight.
Yeah, still just 17, Cyrus Cowell. Huge opportunity for him, and nice to see him back on the field.
Biasi play a back boy over for Ping on the left side. Maybe a look at the changes that have been made today by Pamadouka, not necessarily, obviously we were just talking, you mentioned not the 11 he would prefer, kind of forced into it with the squad that he has, but it just kind of show you where this squad is at on the injury front.
Yeah, very much so. The flip side of the coin, though, is that Pamadouka has been very, very vocal about the value of giving experience to young players. And he's delivered on that ever since he showed up in Phoenix. Phoenix signed Jamison Ping to a professional contract. Ping on the field right now. With so many of these youngsters, now Cyrus Cowell, the latest, the 17-year-old forward playing on that far side. Gives such great experience to these young players. Phoenix taking their academy setup very seriously and really integrating those players into the first team.
Sacco out of the right, and that will take a deflection. Fondez comes sliding out, and it's going to be a corner kick. Fondez was unable to keep it in.
Yeah, and if Phoenix are going to find a way back into this game to get some sort of result, it might have to come on a sequence like this. Open play. Maybe not quite where the joy has come from for Phoenix tonight, but dead balls have been much brighter.
So all the big bodies in the box. Sacco readies. Sacco chips this one in towards the back post. Cole was there. It made its way all the way to him. He was unmarked and just couldn't put it on goal.
Well, how magical would that have been for the teenager, Cyrus Cowell? Almost couldn't believe that the ball had trickled its way to him all the way on the other side of the box. Phoenix still knocking.
USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Chouanmi working hard, going right with Boy is Sacco. It's that one, going to peel it out for Zaya Ramirez. Ramirez back for Sacco. Skeers will come and get it. He'll send Ping forward. Skeers presses ahead. Flores turns. Not past Aiden McFadden. Colin Smith. Smith working forward, got two defenders in front of him. Smith, low cross into the middle, nobody there. Isaiah Ramirez on the edge of the 18. Ramirez going to cross it in, looking for Gunnar. Nearly got to him. And it looks like it will be a corner. Gunnar caught more of the defender than he did the ball.
Yeah, Studenhoff holding that head. Nearly connected on that ball from Isaiah Ramirez. Really well-weighted cross from the youngster. Phoenix still desperately clawing to try to find something here in the closing minutes.
First goal scorer, Mukwele Akale. His night will end as Akale actually motioning for the physio to come out and take a look at McFadden. It must have been McFadden who took the head of Gunnar behind him. Actually got some blood, looks like, on the kit. Yeah, McFadden certainly. So it looks like it's going to be McFadden coming off. So that's how McFadden's night will end. Bloodied, battered, bruised, but his team 2-0 up. Cross in, headed up, and a foul inside the box. So Quincy Hewerman, he'll be the man that comes on for McFadden.
Yeah, now Lou City trying to sort of reorganize here on the fly. Miguel Jr. then popping up in the middle of the back line, really on the right side of that trio. A role that he's played a little bit so far this season, a converted midfielder. Not the substitution plan that Simon Bird wanted to go with there, but prioritizing keeping all 11 on the field.
5 minutes of stoppage time, barring something changing. 3 points will snap the 5-match winless run for Louisville City. And will continue as a club. They have never got to 6 consecutive. 20 points on the year will shoot them up to second place in the East, only trailing championship leading Tampa Bay Rowdies. Been phenomenal this season, the only unbeaten team left. 8 wins, 4 draws, 28 points for the team down in Tampa Bay. Phoenix will hold firm where they are, still 16 points, 4, 4, and 4. And right in the thick, a gaggle of teams in the West. Right around that, you got Oakland, Phoenix, Tulsa with 16, El Paso 15, New Mexico with 14. So a lot still to play. So we're through 12 matches in the season.
Yeah, and the next 4 games for Phoenix in regular season play, all against Western Conference foes. Those games are going to matter a lot when it comes to the final standings.
They'll hit the road on Saturday, a 3-match week for them, as Ramirez takes a touch from behind. They will go to El Paso. Big match for Phoenix Rising as they look to stay ahead of their Western Conference foes. Louisville City, they'll return home. They'll face Brooklyn FC. Second meeting between those two this season. Sacco unable to get that ball as Dia presses it high into the sky. As Boyd just floats it up, it'll be a throw to Louisville. He will get the ball. Well, Joe, last few minutes kind of tick away here. Thoughts on this match from both of these two sides? I think certainly got to see the class that Louisville City is and that they have on the pitch at any given time.
Yeah, it takes them so little time to turn it on. You saw it on the Akale goal in the first strike for Lou City, and then Zach Duncan just gliding so effortlessly through for this team. It does seem to me that Simon Bird is starting to hit some of the right buttons, really defensive tonight. Very comfortable posture for Lou City. Didn't leave them open in transition, which is where they struggled a little bit this year. We saw basically all of what makes this Lou City team special. So much quality in so many different lines of the field, and it does not surprise me whatsoever to see them back in the win column and breaking that oh-so-rare winless run in league play. And then for Phoenix, this is a Rising team that is maybe inching closer to full form, but every time they do that, they seem to lose a piece. Opavievu goes down before that cup game to New Mexico United. You see Damian Rivera at the start tonight, but he's not fit enough to go the full 90 as he works his way back from injury, getting just his first start since August. This is a Rising team that cannot seem to have all the bodies they want on the field together, and I think that showed tonight.
Akale presses forward as the defense tries to scurry back for Phoenix. Akale will just hold it up and let these a little more time tick away. Yeah, you are right. It does seem to be for Phoenix as Akale works his way around. Gives it off. Louisville City might not be content with just the 2. But it does seem that way for Phoenix. It seems like as the way the season's gone, it's 2 steps forward and then 1 step back.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you think about the attacking setup tonight. Colin Smith does provide some defensive benefits playing as that right winger, and that's helpful against a Lou City team with as much quality as there is in that roster. But he doesn't quite give you the same verve going forward that you might get from a Sacco. And if Juan Carvajal or Dom Baji is healthy up top, maybe can move Sacco out to that right side. If Rivera can go the full 90, that changes the attacking balance as well. If Avievu is healthy and fit, that changes things. Certainly every team in this league deals with injuries, but Phoenix continues to go through it. And I think the lack of balance in the attack ended up really biting Phoenix tonight.
Schwanme gets a toe to it. Final 30 or so seconds. Continue to roll along in Phoenix. That ball too tall for Gunnar. Colin Smith will take it. Smith will cross as Fondez will fall on top of it. Have to imagine this will be the last bit of action tonight, as Fondez won't even need to. It's a 2-0 victory. Louisville City will pick up the 3 points on the road against a Western Conference foe, and Phoenix's unbeaten start at home comes to an end. See the class from one of the best teams in the championship. Well, we're going to wrap things up. We're going to do the same on the pitch. Don't go anywhere. We got the Carvana post-match report. We'll have the highlights and stats and close it all up for you when we come back.
Racing 0, Louisville City.